welcome you inside Millett Hall in Oxford, Ohio for some college women's basketball this afternoon. It features the Miami RedHawks taking on the Buffalo Bulls in the first home game since December 8th for Miami, a Miami team that's 1-5 overall, 0-2 in the MAC. Buffalo 5-2 overall, 2-0 in the MAC. Patrick Geshan with you here inside Oxford, Ohio and Miami University's Millett Hall. Glad you're with us for what should be a pretty good matchup tonight between two teams that are getting hot at the right time. We'll talk about the matchup a little bit more in depth, but first, our starting lineups and national anthem. Here's public address announcer Scott Shriver.
Conference women's basketball game featuring visiting Bulls of Buffalo and your Miami RedHawks. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and move your hats as today we're pleased to honor our country with the singing of our national anthem.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem. It was sung by the Men's Glee Club here at Miami. They had a Zoom call on the Jumbotron and doing it live, so that was pretty special to watch for basically not many people in the stands today, as you can probably imagine. You only have a few people over on the Buffalo side, friends and family, same for Miami. A little bit more friends and family for the RedHawks, though. Let's listen into the starting lineups down on the floor.
At the center position, wearing number 52, starting with the Bulls half guard, wearing number 2, Geshan. Number 10, Hannah Hall. And number 12, and the head coach of the Bulls in her 9th season at Buffalo,
And there are starting lineups for tonight's game. So for Buffalo again, starting number 1, Lauren Christie, Deasia Fair, number 2. Also starting number 10, Hannah Hall, number 12, Cheyenne McEvans, and number 52, Alea Gaba. Get the start for the visiting Buffalo Bulls. For the RedHawks is number 12, Katie Davidson, number 23, Kenzie Schmitz, number 24, Peyton Scott, number 35, Abby Hoff, number 54, Kelly McLaughlin. That rounds out starting 5 for the RedHawks. Buffalo moving left to right across your radio here in this first quarter. They're in their away royal blue uniforms. Buffalo across the front in white. They have white numbers as well. Miami, their home white uniforms, red numbers on the back. The red Miami across the front, and the number below that is in red. So the RedHawks come in on a 4-game losing streak. This is their second home game of the year. The only other one, December 8th. Way back a long time ago, a 67-49 win for them in that one against Valparaiso. RedHawks coming off a 71-66 loss at Bowling Green Tuesday the 22nd. Buffalo played that day as well. They won at Western Michigan, 87-66. Bulls control off the opening tip. 10 seconds into the game, a pull-up jumper left elbow will be in by Cheyenne McEvans. And the 5'9" freshman guard of Southfield, Michigan gets the first bucket in to give Buffalo the 2-0 lead. Peyton Scott carries the ball over the timeline for the RedHawks. She's been one of 2 big offensive pieces of the puzzle for Miami this year. Turns it over though, left elbow. And coming back down the floor are the Buffalo Bulls. There's a baseline drive, that time by Hannah Hall. A pass to the middle picked off by Kelly McLaughlin. RedHawks return to the offensive end of the floor. A pull-up shot, right elbow, quick one by Scott, missed. Back to the way, Deasia Fair. And she'll trot her way across the paint and put a left-handed layup in off the glass over Peyton Scott to give Buffalo the 4-0 lead. We're a minute in here from Oxford. Peyton Scott up top of the key. Katie Davidson has it for the RedHawks. Left-handed dribble down the left side of the arc, and she is able to get it to go. A little shot there, and that will make it 4-2. Buffalo's turn now on offense. Deasia Fair gave it back. Top of the key coming in is Cheyenne McEvans. Pass to the right wing. A jumper from 15 feet is missed short by Gaba. Rebound gobbled up here by Scott. Flips it over to the near wing. Katie Davidson back for Abby Hoff. Her 3 missed from the left wing. It rattled around and out. And here comes Deasia Fair over the timeline left wing for Buffalo. Pulls up for a 3 of her own left side and swishes it. Nothing but net. And Deasia Fair, the 5'5" freshman out of Rochester, New York, or sophomore rather, gives Buffalo a 7-2 lead. We're not even 2 minutes in yet. 8:02 to go here in the first. Katie Davidson gave it back. Peyton Scott, left wing, holds it above her head. RedHawks with 12 to shoot. Get it to the far corner. Baseline drive coming in is Abby Hoff. And she will finish the job with a layup coming from the far side. Nobody really there to defend for Buffalo, so it's 7-4 on the extra 2 RedHawk points. Deasia Fair, Buffalo offensive end, pulls up Matt Logo. Pass to the left post off the glass, and it's in as Alea Gaba, the 6'3" sophomore, able to plug that one off the glass over the Miami defense. RedHawks work it back to the left wing of their offensive end. Abby Hoff. Top of the key, left it there for Peyton Scott. Goes to the far side, and here's a jumper that missed. That was from about 18 feet by Kelly McLaughlin. 7:10 to go in the first. Buffalo over the line again. Hannah Hall with it. Senior out of Hamilton, Ontario. Deasia Fair, far corner, working against Hoff, and she does the matchup well. A little floater shot from 10 feet away, far side was short. Rebound picked up by Scott. RedHawks over the line. They have it left wing in their offensive end. Kenzie Schmitz, free throw line, back to the near wing. Scott, right-handed dribble, will carry this one up top of the key. This is a near wing for Kenzie Schmitz. Play to the middle. Near wing, it's McLaughlin. Back up top. Schmitz again, down low off the glass, and it's in for Abby Hoff. Good look there as Hoff was coming in from the far side. A baseline play to get it to her. Quick touch and go on the shot, and it's 9-6 Buffalo. They turn it over. Buffalo does to the offensive end. A strip away by Katie Davidson. She'll take it back down the floor, right wing, play to the far side. Kenzie Schmitz got the pass outside the arc, but it was tipped out of bounds off Buffalo, and the RedHawks will regain control here on the baseline. Or maybe they call it a foul. And I believe that's what happened. So the point leader so far, Abby Hoff for Miami, she has 4. And a 9-6 Buffalo lead with 6:15 to go in the first. Deasia Fair, the point leader for Buffalo, she has 5. Kenzie Schmitz, cross-court pass, the near wing. Peyton Scott, pull-up two-pointer, and a foul is called on that one. The shot missed. It was too far to the left. So Deasia Fair was called for the first Buffalo foul. I'm not sure they picked up on this one. Kind of a quick play. We'll wait for the update, but a pair of free throws coming for Peyton Scott, who is tied for the leading scorer role on the RedHawks. 16.2 points per game on the year for her. Katie Davidson tied with the same amount. Scott makes the first free throw. And will dribble twice and put this one up for the second one, and that's good. So it's 9-8, Buffalo the lead as the RedHawks close it to within 1. 6:04 to go here in the first. Deasia Fair far side, and an offensive violation calling against Buffalo as she kind of came in with her right shoulder and knocked the Miami defender Peyton Scott back. So it's 6:02 to go in the first. RedHawks get it back on an offensive foul for Buffalo, and that's their 3rd foul here of the first. So on the far side, RedHawks have it. Kenzie Schmitz play to the right wing. A shot missed by Davidson. Picks up the rebound, though, in the free throw area for Scott to the near wing. Hoff, right-handed dribble, back to the middle. Corralled there by Davidson. Far side three-point attempt is missed. Too hard by Schmitz. Offensive rebound, though, to Scott. Free throw line jumper. In and out by Davidson, and Buffalo corrals the rebound from that. They play it up the left wing. Hannah Hall, three-pointer, wide open, rims around and in. And the Bulls take in a 12-8 lead. 5:18 to go here in the first. Play to the far side for Schmitz. Rocks offensive end. Down low, McLaughlin couldn't get it right post. A put back attempt, and she's fouled. As McLaughlin got the feed down low. So that is the 4th team foul on Buffalo already in this first quarter. They'll make a substitution. Hannah Hall comes out for the Bulls. As Kelly McLaughlin picking up her first rebound, first offensive rebound of the day today. She's at the line for a pair of free throws, and the first one misses. Too far left for the 6'3" senior out of St. Louis. Started in every game this year, played over 25 minutes in each of those games this year. In the center for the RedHawks. Put her under the basket, standing at 6'3" tall. Second free throw's good, so it's 12-9. Buffalo, we're at the halfway mark here in the first. And it's Deasia Fair, right elbow pull-up jumper, missed it short. RedHawks pick up the rebound, they're back the other way. Here's Scott. Cut to the middle from the left wing, pull up for the free throw line, and it's good for Peyton Scott, who makes it a 1-point game at 12-11. Buffalo quickly back the other way, and a pass up the right wing to the post where Lauren Christie made the catch with both hands, put it up, and the RedHawks defending pretty aggressively there will pick up a foul, so Christie will head to the line without making that shot for a pair of free throws when we return from the break. It is 12-11 Buffalo, close early on here from Millett Hall. 4:44 is left to go here in our first quarter. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Timeout is over with here at Millett Hall. Patrick Geshan back with you here. Glad you're with us this afternoon as the RedHawks women's basketball team on the floor. They're down 12-11 to Buffalo with 4:44 to go in the first. And a free throw on the first of two attempts is made by Lauren Christie of the Bulls, number 1 in blue. 6'3" sophomore out of Hertfordshire, England. Played her high school basketball at Barking Abbey High School. Christie making her third start of the year today, makes that free throw. So with 4:44 to go in the first, it is 14-11 Buffalo. And Miami trying to get out of their own end here. It's over the timeline to the near wing where Tiana Fulton makes her first touch of the game. Back up top for Peyton Scott. Scott, the right-handed dribble, will wait for things to formulate. Pass to the far side for Abby Hoff. Back up top to the near wing where it's played by Davidson. Walks it up the arc, 9 to shoot. Top of the key for Scott, near wing. Davidson has to move with 5 on the shot clock, and we get an offensive violation here on the RedHawks. I think it was a 3-second call, and Buffalo will take it back in the violation by Miami with 4:18 to go here in the first. So dribbling over the line for Buffalo with the ball is Jasmine Young, their junior guard out of Milwaukee. Play up top for Deasia Fair, has the ball top of the key. Back to the near wing for Young, the right-handed dribble down the right side of the arc. Turnover though, Peyton Scott back the other way for Miami. Over the timeline, right side, pull up right elbow. The shot too hard, it dribbles out of bounds. And they say it went off Miami with 3:54 to go here in the first. So Buffalo will collect it at their own baseline and play this one up on the inbound to Jasmine Young. Over the timeline here on the left wing with 3:48 to go in the first. Right-handed dribble for Young, back up to the top of the key. Deasia Fair, left wing drive in and out of the arc. Takes it back through the paint with a one-on-one battle, and she won it handily against Abby Hoff. Left-handed shot is good off the glass. Miami with trouble trying to get it over the line. A foul whistled here. As Katie Davidson was right in the center circle, she was contacted pretty hard by a Buffalo player. I'm not exactly sure who that was. And they get Adebola Adeyeye for her first personal foul. And 2 shots are coming here for Miami's Katie Davidson. 5'10" freshman out of Indianapolis. So it's 16-11. The Bulls lead it. 3:30 left here in the first. They'll bring Hannah Hall back in the game. The Bulls will. Cheyenne McEvans will take a break on the bench. And the first free throw is good by Davidson, a 66.7% free throw shooter on the year. 2 right-handed dribbles, throws the next one up, and that's good too. So back to a 3-point game at 16-13 Buffalo. Here comes Hall over the line for the Bulls. Top of the key, dribbles it around the right side of the arc. Pass up top for Deasia Fair, to the far side for Young, has it. In 2 hands, charges in across the paint, floats up a shot from about 4 feet out, and it's good off the glass on the right arm as Jasmine Young is strung together a few good offensive possessions for Buffalo. RedHawks with it in their own end. Kelly McLaughlin, the free throw line shot was an air ball, short out of bounds. And I think they're going to give the ball back to the Bulls here, unless they say it tipped off Buffalo, and I think that's the call actually, as they reverse their initial ruling. So the RedHawks get it back here on the shot that was missed by McLaughlin. 2:59 to go in the first. It is 18-13 Bulls. There's a quick inbound on the play to Peyton Scott. She missed the shot too hard right side. The rebound picked up by Jada Duckett of the RedHawks, but she was fouled. Or excuse me, she traveled. So Miami turns it over yet again. 2:53 to go in the first. It's 18-13 Buffalo. Hannah Hall carries it far side of the Buffalo end. One bounce pass to Deasia Fair, top of the key, and a right-handed dribble, and an offensive call against Buffalo again. I think some contact happened down low, and the referee called it, so Miami's going to get an inbound here near side of their own end, and will have to work it out as Scott got the pass from Duckett. Scott over the left side of the line for the RedHawks. Right-handed dribble. Carries it over, pass to the far wing. 3-pointer is in and out off the hands there of Schmitz. And a putback attempt and a foul and one is made by Scott. Came in from the near side to throw it off the glass, getting the rebound. Contact was made down low. And Scott with a chance at the line for a three-point play with 2:31 to go in the first. It is 18 of 15, so Scott with a chance to make this a 2-point game with the RedHawks down by 3. Good awareness down low by Peyton Scott. There's a reason why she is one of the top scorers on this Miami team this year out of Lynchburg, Ohio, just the sophomore guard. Able to make the free throws. She's made 91% of them this year, so we're a 2-point ball game now. 2:27 to go in the first. It's 18 to 16. Jasmine Young has it near the center circle. Play down low for Buffalo on offense. Deasia Fair has it at the free throw line. Back for Young as a screen sets up down the left side of the paint, and a foul whistle as she put up a shot. So it looks like Jasmine Young heads to the line for a pair of free throws, as Peyton Scott is picked up for her first personal. So it is Young at the line, the junior guard out of Milwaukee. Transferred from Tennessee State as she misses the first free throw. So she played with Tennessee State last year, led the team there with 12.4 points per game. And doing pretty well here at Buffalo, 12.5 points per game for her, stepping up to Division I mid-major. Second free throw good by Young, so it's 20 to 16, the Bulls on top. As Miami will play this one to the backcourt, Peyton Scott, when we called for the violation, she had the ball on the far wing. A pass came in from Kenzie Schmitz. It went over the timeline. Miami was unable to save it, so Scott had to chase it back and turn it over to Buffalo with 2:01 to go here in the first. So Deasia Fair, the inbound pass. Jasmine Young, left-handed dribble to the far side. Takes it into the arc in the left wing, left edge of the paint. Back for Hannah Hall in the corner. Floats a pass cross court, able to hit Deasia Fair. That was about a 15-foot pass. Fair with it, left side of the paint. Floats it off the glass, no good. Rebound of Miami, and we'll charge it back up the floor. Here comes Peyton Scott, right-handed dribble for her. Hits the brakes at the arc. Play to Katie Davidson, left side of the paint. Her shot, an air ball too far right. Picked up by Young, pass up ahead for Christie. Buffalo right at the post, and Christie puts it off the glass and in for two, and it's 22 to 16 Bulls. 1:18 to go in the first quarter. Peyton Scott, the right-handed dribble over the timeline. Hits the brakes far side, played it to the corner. Kenzie Schmitz back up top of the key for Scott. Left wing Davidson had a look for three. Gives it back for Scott. Top of the key, and she'll sink the three. Peyton Scott was right on the line there. They'll give it to her with 55 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 22-19 Buffalo. Deasia Fair has it, the right-handed dribble. On the Miami M at half court. Pass to the near wing for Jasmine Young. Back up top for Lauren Christie. Far side, Deasia Fair holds it above her head with 9 to shoot. Young with it. Dribbles through the arc, fires it off the glass. It missed too hard. We get a rebound here and a foul against Buffalo. As I think Kenzie Schmitz was going for that one, and then contact as soon as she got the rebound and the ball. Bulls will bring in a couple of new players. Those will be Jessica Schiffer and Aaliyah Gaba. And free throws are on the way here. RedHawks with the bonus. Down by 3 with 32.1 seconds left in the first. Free throws looks like will be taken by Tiana Fulton. Two dribbles, fires up the shot and missed it on the first try. It went in and out. So it is the Bulls who have 8 personal fouls as a team in this first quarter. That's why the double bonus to the RedHawks. Fulton makes the second free throw, and it's 22-20. With 32.1 seconds left in the first. So the pass inbounded to Jasmine Young over the line here for Buffalo. Left-handed dribble around the arc, trying to make her way in on Scott. Passed it back, screen. Left a wide open attempt for Schiffer, who decides to hold on to it. 15 on the shot clock, 16 on the game clock. So 1 second difference. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line, missed it short, was Young. RedHawks with the rebound, the shot clock is off, 6 seconds left. Over the timeline comes Scott. Peyton Scott drilling to the right wing, pulls up right, elbow shot is good! Right at the buzzer for Peyton Scott. And we're tied at 22 to end the first 10 minutes here from Oxford. Great play by Peyton Scott to take that over the timeline with about 7 seconds to go, and made her way to the right elbow to get that shot off. A nothing but net jumper that goes in, and Miami playing pretty well against the Buffalo Bulls here this afternoon at Oxford. 22-all after the first. We're back with the second in just a moment. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. (22-22) as we are about to begin the second quarter here from Millett Hall. Miami women's basketball action on a Saturday afternoon. Patrick Geshan with you here. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio, wherever you may be listening from today. As we are back on the floor here after the second, the intermission between the first and the second. Buffalo controls. Cheyenne McKevin's with it at the free throw line. A jumper is too hard. Rebound though offensive to Lauren Christie. Takes it back for a three-pointer air ball too far left by McKevins, and the ball heads out of bounds. So Miami gets it back after that lucky break on the air ball three-pointer. Laughlin will pass this one into Peyton Scott over the timeline, slowly left wing. Scott the right-handed dribble. Passes it to the near wing for Abby Hopp to the corner. Schmitz played it down low. Throwing it up there was McLaughlin. Couldn't get the shot to go and hung on the rim. And we got a travel here as the rebound came back to the RedHawks. Peyton Scott had it, but she took one step too many trying to come down the left wing on a little drive. So with 9:17 to go in the second, Bulls get it back. Still looking for our first points here the second quarter for either team. Anna Hall, right-handed dribble through the middle of the paint, and she goes hard to the floor and is fouled trying to get a shot up. They pick up Kenzie Schmitz for that foul. As Hall was cutting from left wing to right wing, right at the MAC logo in the paint, she was tripped up by Schmitz. Is okay though, and first of 2 free throws on the way for Hall. She'll make the first. Hannah Hall, one of 4 Buffalo Bulls to appear in all 31 games last year. The senior out of Hamilton, Ontario, only 5'3". Is a very quick player for the Bulls. Can get up floor quickly. She makes the second free throw. Over the line, Peyton Scott playing down low. Back to the far side, and they work it to the corner. RedHawks have it. Davidson back to the near wing. Three-pointer, Scott. And hit the right side of the rim, off the glass and down. And it rebounded Buffalo. And it's Hannah Hall with it back to the way. All dishes back. Lauren Christie, left elbow down the left edge. Floats it off the glass. No good with the left hand. And McLaughlin will pass this one up ahead for Peyton Scott. Scott down the right edge, pass to the far corner. We get an offensive foul. Whistle against Miami. The three-pointer coming in for Davidson, but knocked down behind the play was Aaliyah Gaba. And she is not somebody that would fall easily, a 6'3" center. So Gaba went down. I'm not exactly sure who knocked her down, but the ball back to the Bulls now on the offensive foul. And it's Hannah Hall with it here, right side of the Buffalo offensive end, dribbling with the left arm. 15 to shoot for her. The pass down low and off the foot of Gaba. Picks it up there. Will guard the ball with her body. Pass it up top of the key. Here's Christie. Holds it with both arms with 8 minutes to go in the second. 2 to shoot. The pass turned over. Davidson breakaway back the other way for the RedHawks. Missed the layup with the right arm. It was short. And she was being chased down by 2 blue jerseys. So Hall will take this one left wing of the offensive end for Buffalo. Just dribbles it there. Feeds it top of the key for Christie. Holds it with both hands. Finds Gab in the paint. Give and go. Christie right side drive and a foul. As she put it off the glass, the shot missed. But Christie is headed to the line here for a pair, I think, and a substitution will come in for both teams. Buffalo sends DeAsia Fair back into the game, and Miami will give Peyton Scott a break here. And I think they put Abby Hoff in for her place. So here's Christie. The free throw is good on her first attempt here. This outing to the free throw line. 25-22 the score. Buffalo on top. And then Christie sinks the next one too. I think Miami just called a timeout, and they did. So a 26-22 Buffalo lead with 7:36 to go here in the second quarter. And the RedHawks have called a timeout, and we will take one as well. Miami trails by 4. This is Miami basketball on RedHawk Radio. There's 7:36 remaining here in the second quarter for Oxford. Patrick Geshan with you here. Glad you with us on Red Hawk Radio. Miami and Buffalo in women's basketball action. Bulls lead it by 4. As Miami out of the timeout, controls it in the offensive end. Pass down low to Kelly McLaughlin. Came for Davidson. Her shot from right in front of the basket, rung around and came down. And the Bulls picked it up. And a foul was called by the RedHawks. I think Hannah Hall got the rebound and she was fouled right after the shot next to the hoop. So the Bulls will inbound here, and the RedHawks have picked up now 6 personal fouls in the second to give Buffalo a bonus. So up top for the Bulls is Cheyenne McEvans, top of the key. Little pass right wing and a three-pointer made by Lauren Christie to make it 29-22 Bulls with 6:51 to go here in the second. Davidson, Miami M here at half court. Plays it down low, wide open. Little shot too high off the glass by Jana Duckett. She had a great opportunity, but just missed it too high up on the glass. Buffalo corrals the rebound, picks it up. Deasia Fair, left wing of their offensive end. Trying to drive in left side, hit the paint. Or at the breaks, left side of the paint for Buffalo. 13 to shoot for them. It's Hall cutting across. Her shot for the Mac logo up top misses. It was too far right, and the RedHawks get it back here. Davidson dribbles it center circle, and on the right hand. Thinks it around the arc. The play to the far side. Grabbed there by Schmitz. Playing it down low. Mac logo a play in the paint. Another missed shot by Jana Duckett. Buffalo quick play up ahead. Cheyenne McEvans wide open on a breakaway. She misses the layup. As the RedHawks get in there on the fence. Good job by Tiana Fulton to break that play up without a foul. And Miami gets it back here with 5:48 to go in the second. A 29-22 Buffalo lead. With it is Davidson. Playing down low for Duckett. Fires it off the glass. No good. Here comes McEvans. The play up ahead. Hannah Hall, right side, will play it off the glass and in on a 2-on-1. And a great stretch pass was made there on that play. So it's 31-22 Bulls, who are now on a 9-0 run in the last 4.5 minutes. Down the wing on the right side came Davidson. And she was fouled on a charge in. So a pair of free throws, I would assume, coming here for Katie Davidson on the RedHawks. That'll help them to slow things down a little bit. And that's the problem in this game, is Buffalo's gotten a hold of this 9-0 run. Miami scoreless in the last 4 minutes, 47 seconds. Kind of the same thing that happened last year for the RedHawks. When it was bad, it was really bad. And when things came crashing down, they crashed down hard at certain points in games last year. Inbound coming on the foul to the left edge of the paint. A shot is missed by Davidson on a quick play. That was in and out. And here comes Buffalo back to the way. Cheyenne McEvans went to the free throw line. Deasia Fair quickly down low, and a foul on a shot attempt left side of the post by Keoa Walters. A junior out of Toronto, missing that one. And it will be the 15th foul for Miami with 5:04 to go here in the second. 31-22 Buffalo lead. So it's Walters at the line, 75% free throw shooter on the year. First of 2, and will make the first one to give the Bulls a 32-22 lead. You remember at the beginning of this second quarter, 5:04 left to go in it now, but we were tied at 22. And Walters will make the second, so it's a 33-22 Buffalo lead now. Bulls lead it by 11. Katie Davidson comes out of her own end. Little pressure from Buffalo to play it up ahead on a pass. And Davidson was body checked. Just shot the timeline right after getting that pass off, so I think they got a foul on that. As she went hard to the floor, was able to connect the play up ahead for Schmitz, but one of the Buffalo players came in and laid a hit on Davidson. Cheyenne McEvans will get her second personal on that play. So Davidson the inbound over the line on the right side. We're past the halfway mark now of the second. 4:50 to go in it. Davidson plays the top of the key, hop to the near wing, played here by Tiana Fulton. Back up top for Davidson. 13 to shoot. Davidson, the right-handed dribble, decides to drive it through the middle, tripped up, past the near wing. Fulton steps in a couple times to get off the jumper that's short, and she's fouled as Fulton was knocked back on that one. And they give it to Keoa Walters, which will be her second personal. So Lauren Christie will come into the game for Buffalo. They'll take out Cheyenne McEvans. And I believe a pair of free throws are on the way here for the RedHawks. And it will be Tiana Fulton's turn here. Fulton 1 for 2 from the line tonight. 4:34 to go in the second, and the first one is good to make it back to a 10-point game. 33-23 Buffalo. Fulton, the redshirt sophomore to Mason, Ohio. Not too far from Oxford. Second free throw is good for her. So with 4:34 to go in the second, it is back to a 9-point Buffalo lead at 33-24. And Hannah Hall takes it over the line here for the Bulls on the left wing. On the far side for Deasia Fair, top of the key, Christine to the near wing for Jasmine Young. Back up top, Hannah Hall guns it down low. Deasia Fair with it. Left-handed dribble outside the arc, play to the paint, off the glass and in for the and one. What a play by Deasia Fair, who cut in from the near side of the floor, got to right under the hoop and fired up a shot, was contacted there. Abby Hoff will get her first personal and pair of free throw, or just one free throw rather, on the way for Deasia Fair, who makes it to complete the three-point play. 36-24, Buffalo on top, and Fair is now leading Buffalo in points with 10. RedHawks with it, far side of their offensive zone. Playing the near wing for Fulton, held it above her head, cuts through the paint. Pass to the far side, grabbed there by Duckett, and finally gets one to go for her. Went off the glass and in for two from about 5 feet out. Here's Hannah Hall. Pass top of the key, Christine to the near wing for Deasia Fair. Holds onto it for Buffalo and rattles it around the arc to the top of the key. Play to the far corner, Young, baseline drive, far side, missed it. As I think that was a shot attempt. That was a nice play by Duckett to break it up, went over the hoop. RedHawks picked up the rebound, take it back to their offensive end. Davidson with it. Playing to the far corner, tipped out of bounds as this was a pass intended for Hoff. Getting in there was Jasmine Young to get a piece of it, and they say it actually went off Miami, so Buffalo will get it back on the turnover. Nifty play there. And back the other way come the Bulls as it's Hannah Hall over the line for Buffalo. Playing to the far side for Fair, who will get the three-pointer off too hard. And the rebound picked up by Miami. Davidson up ahead for Fulton. Back to the top of the key. Three-point attempt, in and out by Davidson. Offensive rebound, though. Fulton working down low. She let it go out of bounds. And we get a whistle here on that. They're going to say it went off Miami, as Fulton causing it to go over the line. RedHawks are 1 for 11 in their last 11 field goal attempts. Jasmine Young over the middle. 2:53 to go until halftime. A 10-point Buffalo lead at 36-26. Right-handed dribble here by Jasmine Young. Outside the arc. Flips it across. Deasia Fair has it. Inside the arc. Baseline drive down the middle. Play to the left post. A shot missed by Gaba. Good defense by Miami. 18 to shoot. Three-pointers good as they work it to the left wing. I think it was Fair who got that one off, and it was. 39-26 Buffalo with 2:20 to go in the second. 13 points of the day for Deasia Fair, and an offensive foul whistled against the RedHawks. Davidson from the far side trying to come to the near side. She took a route through the paint and knocked over Jasmine Young in the process to cause the offensive violation against the RedHawks. With 2:15 to go here in the second, so a 13-point Buffalo lead. Here comes Young over the timeline for Buffalo. Down the left side of the paint, floats it off the glass, and a foul whistle here. The shot did not go in, so 2 free throws on the way here for Young. And Miami will make a substitution. Monique Esperan is going to make her first appearance of the game, and coming out will be Peyton Scott, who has 12 points, 5 rebounds in the day for the RedHawks, 2 fouls. So it will be head coach Deanna Hendricks giving a little break for one of her top point scorers on the year, and Peyton Scott. First free throw made by Jasmine Young, the junior guard out of Milwaukee, averaging 23 minutes in just 2 appearances this year, which have been the last 2 games against Western Michigan and St. Bonaventure for Buffalo. And the second free throw, no good. I think a Buffalo player moved too quickly. The shot went in on the free throw, but the referee down low pulling it dead, saying the basket doesn't count because a few Buffalo players jumped before the shot went through. So it's Davidson here on the right side of the Miami timeline. Will take it over it with 1:55 to go in the second. A 40-26 Buffalo lead. Davidson top of the key, controlled here by Hoff. Down the middle, floats it off the glass and in. From the left side of the post, and Buffalo back to the way. Hall means the far side for Deasia Fair. Right-handed dribble for her, play up top. Grabbed there by Hannah Hall. Takes it to the left side, outside the arc, works her way back up to the top of the key. 10 to shoot for Buffalo. Hall, right-handed dribble, plays it back for Jasmine Young, trying to come through the paint. It's picked up there, a loose ball by Davidson. And a good job by Miami to grab it back. Davidson over the line here on the left wing. Near side pass, Hoff gave it back for Katie Davidson. Into the free throw area, fires off a jumper, too far left. Buffalo picks it up on the rebound near side of the floor. Gaba springboards Hall over the line. 54 seconds to go in the second. Fair, the play down low, Christie at the post, and this will go out of bounds off of Miami as the play broken up. Christie got the ball separated from her, but it will head out. And Buffalo get the inbound here as Jasmine Young will send this one in for the Bulls. Fires it far wing, wide open 3 by Deasia Fair is too hard. Bulls grab it here right side of the post. They flail it up. There was no good on the shot by Young. Missed it too far right. And the ball heads out of bounds. I think Buffalo's going to get it back here as the RedHawks tipped it out the baseline. 41.8 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. It is a 12-point, 40-28 Buffalo lead. And it's Jasmine Young with a 1 bounce to the far corner for Gaba. Give it back for Young after the screen and take it to the rack. It is actually Deasia Fair who got the pass. And it's a 42-28 Buffalo lead on the shot. That was good by Deasia Fair. 25 seconds to go here in the second. Play to the near corner for Esperan, up top for Davidson. Far side, Fulton works it for the RedHawks. Right side drive, missed the layup attempt. It bounced off the rack and down, and the ball heads out of bounds from that, and Buffalo will get it back. Man, things just not going Miami's way on offense today, especially in bounces on shots, rebounds, and when it goes off the glass or the rim, the ball just does not bounce the right way for the RedHawks. 8 seconds to go in the first half. Drive right down the middle of the paint by Deasia Fair. Gets the floor to go. Miami with 2 seconds to work with here on the timeline. Half-court flail up is well short by Davidson, and that takes us to the half. So at the end of the first quarter, Miami and Buffalo were tied at 22, and at the end of the second quarter, Buffalo leads Miami 44-28, as we've reached the halfway mark of this game here from Millett. Miami ending that half on a 1-minute 48-second scoreless streak. They are 1 for 4 in their last 4 field goal attempts, as they trail the Buffalo Bulls by 16 points here at the half. So the leading point getter for the RedHawks would be number 24, Peyton Scott. No surprise there. She has 12 points for the RedHawks. 4 for 10 from the field, 1 for 2 for three-point land, 3 for 3 from the free throw line, and 5 rebounds. All of those categories lead Miami for number 24 in white, Peyton Scott. For Buffalo, Deasia Fair has 14 points, 6 for 11 from the field, 1 for 3 in the three-point department. Those are all categories to lead Buffalo, and Fair is the leading point getter for the Bulls. So Miami trailing Buffalo again, 44-28 after the first half. RedHawks are out rebounding the Bulls 23-19 in this game, including 10-4 in the offensive rebound department, and that was something that Miami came in very strong at, second in the MAC in offensive rebounds this season. The Bulls, however, are out rebounding Miami on the defensive end of the floor 15-13. Other key stats to look at, I'm just trying to glance over them, not too much. Buffalo is leading the points in the paint battle 18-14. And when the Bulls win the points in the paint battle in games this year, they are 4-1, so that will be something to keep an eye on, as I guess most teams win the points in the paint battle during a game will end up winning the game, but for Buffalo it appears to be just a reassurance of that trend this year. And the Bulls, again, 44-28, the halftime leaders here from Millett. So we'll take about a 13-minute break or so and be back with your second half after this break here on Red Hawk Radio. Again, a 44-28 Buffalo lead at the half. Patrick Geshan with you here, back with the second half in about 13 minutes or so. Stay with us. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Patrick Geshan back with you here at Millett Hall as we are about to begin the third quarter between Miami and Buffalo in women's basketball action this afternoon here from Oxford. Glad you're with us on Red Hawk Radio, wherever you may be listening from this afternoon, as a first quarter of this game that was pretty even between these two teams, hence the 22-22 score after 10 minutes, but then Buffalo kind of running away with it in the second, leading 44-28 as we begin the second half. A long scoreless streak was over 5 minutes long in that second quarter for the RedHawks, and that's what caused some of the offensive issues for them so far in this game. And they will have to come from behind if they want to win this one as we're underway in the third quarter. Kelly McLaughlin, the inbound of Peyton Scott, who goes top of the key for Abby Hoff. Miami left to right across your radio here in the second half. It is Scott, left elbow. The shot is short, coming in for a big rebound to pick it up and put it through is Kenzie Schmitz on the left wing. 44-30, the Bulls on top. 9:36 to go in the third. Hannah Hall, the right-handed dribble, top of the key, feeds it far side. Cheyenne McEvans works her way to the paint and to the far edge of it, and was able to put it off the glass and in for two to give Buffalo the 16-point lead back. Peyton Scott down the right side, feeds it up high, top of the key for Davidson. Left elbow, the dish back for the three-pointer, missed there by Abby Hoff. The play goes to the near corner and it goes out. And Cheyenne McEvans was there to tip it. I'm not exactly sure who they're going to say keeps the ball, though. It looks like Miami will in their offensive end here. So it's Hoff, the shovel pass far corner. Good look for Scott, the three-pointer too hard. Offensive rebound, though, by the RedHawks. But a pass to the top of the key is picked up by Deasia Fair, who makes the layup on the breakaway back the other way. 48-30. Scott over the line, right-handed dribble for her to the right wing, outside the arc along the near side. Play down low for McLaughlin, works her way across the paint, floats it off the glass and missed it. And Christie will feed this one up ahead for Hannah Hall. Buffalo plays it forward, Hall down low, Gaba wide open. And Schmitz kind of gave up from her on defense. And a 20-point Buffalo lead with 8:25 to go in the third. Timeout Miami. So the Bulls open up this second half with a 6-0 run. In the last minute 19, a 10-2 run for them total in the last 3 minutes 22 seconds. And we'll have a media timeout as well with 8:26 to go in the third. 50-30, Buffalo on top. They lead by 20. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. 8:26 to go in the third quarter, a 50-30 Buffalo lead over Miami in women's basketball here in this Saturday afternoon matinee. Patrick Geshan with you here on Red Hawk Radio. Glad you're with us as we're awaiting the signal from the TV broadcast to get going here. Miami will inbound the ball on the near side of their floor of the half-court line. And you can just hear how quiet it is in here without any fans. It's kind of weird. A lot of the players on the benches make noise. That's where most of the noise comes from, but still just kind of eerie. RedHawks work at offensive end. A play to the left side. Missing the shot too hard was Hoff, and an offensive rebound and foul is whistled. Schmitz came through to grab it. She never got a shot off, but Buffalo with contact. Although maybe they do say that Schmitz was in the act of shooting. And she will fire off a pair of free throws here with 8:13 to go in the third. A 50-30 Buffalo lead. So Schmitz at the line, yet to make a free throw attempt on the year. 6 points in the RedHawks last game against Bowling Green, and misses this one. Too hard to the right on the first free throw attempt. And the second free throw is short. So 0 for 2 at the line goes Schmitz. And Buffalo's back the other way as Hannah Hall gives it up for Cheyenne McEvans. Playing to the far side for Gaba. Inside the arc, gave it back up to the far wing. McEvans to the right side of the paint. The shot is too far right. It heads out of bounds. Tipped out by Miami, and Buffalo will get it back here in their offensive end. Flipped in by McEvans to the far side. Grabbed here by Hannah Hall. Playing it over for Gaba. Holds it with both hands. Back to the far side. Hannah Hall, left-handed dribble, top of the key. The shot in and out. And picked up here by the RedHawks. Is it Schmitz to shovel it over for Scott. Over the line here on the left wing with 7:32 to go in the third. A 20-point Buffalo lead at 50-30. Down the wing is Hoff. Play to the near corner. Three-pointer too far left. Off the hands of Taylor Boroff. 2-on-0 the other way for Buffalo. And a travel is whistled as Gaba fed it over to the right side for McEvans, who took one step too many just before getting to the hoop for the layup. Lucky break there for the RedHawks, although maybe in the grand scheme of things it probably won't matter as they trail by 20. 7:16 to go in the third. Quick pass up ahead, far corner three. Davidson, nothing but net for Miami. Got a good feed from Scott, who was near half court. A 17-point Buffalo lead. First into the near corner for McEvans. We get a whistle here for a foul as the Bulls are trying to work this thing around the arc. So it looks like substitutions are coming in as Miami about to inbound the ball as they call one against Buffalo. Jada Duckett is in for Miami. They will take McLaughlin out. And the inbound goes right to the hands of Payne Scott. Scott dribbles to the left hand to the far side. Plays it down to the left edge of the paint. Floater is up and good by Jada Duckett. And Buffalo worked this one here. 15-point lead. Here come the Bulls, right side of the paint, trying to drive through. Christie missed that attempt as it was kind of broken up by Scott on defense, and Payne Scott will take this one over the line back to the way. Scott, right-handed dribble to their elbow, little floater shot, missed it short along the rim. She picks up her own rebound on the far side, but coughed it up. Here comes Deasia Fair, right wing, 2-on-1, a pass over, the layup is good by Jasmine Young. Great play by Buffalo. Fair and Young have been working together all day long to pull apart the Miami defense. Fair with 16 points on the day, Young up to 8. Miami on offense here, top of the key, right-handed dribble, played by Davidson down low, and a Shot from right in front of the hoop was missed by Duckett, but she'll get fouled. And 2 free throws on the way for Jada Duckett, the 6'2 freshman out of Chicago. Coming in for Buffalo on a substitution for them will be number 23, Keola Walters, as they will bring out Lauren Christie. Jada Duckett at the free throw line will fire this one off too hard. On the first attempt, she is just a 50% free throw shooter on the year. And the second one is too hard. So as a team today, Miami has shot 9 for 16 from the free throw line. Fair, top of the key for Buffalo. Plays it to the near corner. Jasmine Young off the glass, short, trying to come from the near wing baseline. RedHawks corral the rebound, and it's Hoff. Going into the middle for Peyton Scott, over the timeline, center of the floor. Scott, the right-handed dribble, up top of the key, passes it to the near wing. Here's Schmitz, gave it back for Davidson. We're gonna whistle here and a foul, as I think Miami called offensively for something, or the pass just went out of bounds. I think that's actually the call. And as Miami trying to feed it down to the baseline, but nobody home on that left wing, and went right out. The whistle blew before the ball went out, so I thought they had a foul, but it looks like they don't. So Buffalo will take over here on the Miami turnover. Far corner, with it is McEvans. Play up for Hall, back for a play to the near side. Hall, top of the key, gets the pass. The three is good, and she got a feed from Fair. 55-35. Buffalo on top, 4:42 to go in the third. Scott, right-handed dribble through the paint, off the glass, no good on a foul. So Scott came through, got the right-handed shot off, was fouled. And we'll have 2 shots at the line, it appears, after we take a break. Scott a little shaken up, getting up after that play. She appears to be fine, so it looks like nothing to worry about there, as both teams will settle in for this timeout. 4:38 to go in the third, a 20-point lead for the Buffalo Bulls, 55-35 over the Miami RedHawks. This is Miami Basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Actually, Geshan back with here at Millett, a 55-35 Buffalo lead over Miami. As Deja Fair got called for that last foul, so it will be Peyton Scott at the line for 2 free throws for the RedHawks, and she'll make the first to make it 55-36 Buffalo. Scott on the MAC all-freshman team last season, started 30 games for Miami with a start and over 30 minutes in every game this year. Second free throw missed. They tussle for the rebound. It corrals out of bounds, and Buffalo will give it up there. So Miami gets another offensive possession here after the second missed free throw by Scott. Rare miss for her. She's made 91.7% of her free throws this season. Duckett the play into the middle. It was broken up by Buffalo as Davidson tried to get a shot away. She flailed it out of bounds, so the Bulls get it back with 4.5 to go in the third. And they'll inbound out of their own end. Here's Hannah Hall, play to the middle. Grabbed up ahead by Schiffer, the play to the far side. Corralled by Fair, the three-pointer missed. And the big rebound comes to the near wing where the RedHawks corral and control. A huge hit in the middle of the floor. Peyton Scott just got blown up, a headshot by Fair. Scott was trying to get a feed over there on the left wing. Fair came in trying to steal it, and she just leveled Scott right in the head. Scott appears to be okay, but that was quite an impact. And she'll get the inbound pass from Abby Hoff. So that's good news for Miami. Their huge offensive piece. Maybe could have had a concussion there, but I guess she's fine. 4:03 to go in the third. Scott fires it across the court. Right wing Hoff comes through a few steps and the shot missed. We get a foul under the hoop. Is trying to go after the rebound. It was Duckett. And it's actually an offensive violation against Miami. Duckett was whistled for the foul. She went to the floor, so maybe some contact before that. Or somebody shoving her over saying, "Get off me." Over the line comes Hall for Buffalo. Top of the key, play to the middle, pass broken up. Duckett with it and gave it over for Davidson, and back here for Scott. Over the line for the RedHawks with the right-handed dribble. 3:40 left in the third. 55-36 Buffalo lead. Scott, a good look down the right side of the post for Duckett. Catch the pass with both arms and put it off the glass and in for 2. Basket there for Jada Duckett. Coming down the middle, a little try by Deja Fair. Gets it to go for Buffalo. She's the reigning MAC Player of the Week out of Rochester, New York. 16 points of the day for Fair. I think it'll be up to 18 once they add the total. Shot is good by Peyton Scott, left side of the paint for the RedHawks. Off the glass and in. She had a little drive early on in that offensive possession, so it's 57-41 Buffalo. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Deja Fair, top of the key with it. Going left side of the arc. Three-pointer missed. Too far to the left. Scott over the timeline, right wing for Miami. Left-handed dribble for her, top of the key. Carries it across the arc, back to the right wing. Fulton with both arms, played it down low, and this is good off the glass and in by Duckett. Right side there for Miami. And 2.5 to go in the third, 57-43. McEvans to the near wing for Fair. Top of the key for Adabola Adeyeye. She's out of Brampton, Ontario. Pass to the far side. A drive coming in by Christie. She is upended. Excuse me, that was Jasmine Young. That all happened with 8 to shoot. The shot did not go, and a foul coming in on that. So 2 free throws on the way for Jasmine Young. We have multiple substitutions for each team as Young prepares to make, or to shoot rather, probably will make these 2 upcoming free throws. Tiana Fulton will pick up her second personal on that play. Miami here on a 5-0 run in the last minute 14. That's good. As the first free throw is good, made by Jasmine Young. So we'll dribble it a pair of times, throw it up. Second one is good as well. So Miami took out Duckett and Hoff on that last whistle. Schmitz and McLaughlin are in. And it's Scott here with the top of the key for the RedHawks. 16 to shoot, pass to the far side. Fulton walks in, leveled Christie, no call, and Fulton had enough room to work with it, playing off the glass and in for two. Buffalo quickly up ahead, they'll get it out of bounds on their own baseline. As picking it up was Gaba. I think they tried to pass it up ahead, a little bit too far. Gaba was up ahead, the intended recipient. Maybe it was Christie trying to feed it forward from outside the arc that could not connect and went out. So with Miami here, we'll pick it up with a right-handed dribble, top of the key. As it's Scott, plays it to the far side, grabbed by Davidson, back for Scott, right elbow, right-handed dribble, down the right side of the arc, off the glass, no good, and Buffalo here will pick this one up as Jasmine Young will go over the line on the right wing. Young down the right side, flails it off the glass, no good, and we get a whistle here as knocked over under the Miami hoop was Kelly McLaughlin. So I believe we have a foul coming in on that. And we will, as Lauren Christie's going to come out for Buffalo. They'll bring in McEvans. McLaughlin got that rebound. And Christie, in fact, got the foul, so that's her fourth personal. So she is the only one in foul trouble for Buffalo. And McLaughlin here at the line. RedHawks with a bonus. So she will shoot. And the first of two is good for McLaughlin. 1:17 to go in the third. 59-46, the Buffalo lead. And McLaughlin's second is good. 12-point lead for the Bulls now. 1:12 to go in the third. It's McEvans. Right side dribble going across the right elbow. Copped it up out of bounds to the far corner. Get a whistle here as it went out. And Miami, I think, is going to get it back. Yep. As they give it to McLaughlin, who will inbound to Scott. Right-handed dribble over the timeline. That's the Buffalo bench you hear cheering. Defense. It's what you do without fans. The players have to make the noise. Scott, right side of the arc, plays the top of the key. Davidson back to the near wing for Scott. Floats it down low. McLaughlin catches it with two hands. The shot no good. Right side of the post. They fight for the rebound. McLaughlin got it back and put it in. Nice effort by Kelly McLaughlin under the hoop. Stole away the defensive rebound on her first shot and was able to put it in on second effort. So a 10-point game now with 30 seconds to go in the third. Buffalo struggling a little bit. They're scoreless in the last 90 seconds. Miami on an 11-2 run in the last 2 minutes 46. Fair, far side, play to the near wing. Here's McEvans to the corner. Young, the three-pointer, in and out. Rebound Miami. As Davidson will fling this one over to Scott, left wing over the line. 8 seconds to go in the third. The shot clock is off. Scott, the right-handed dribble, top of the key. Corrals it around the arc, play to the far corner. Fulton's three is good at the buzzer. Actually, a two-pointer. She was on the line, but Miami, just like that, has climbed back in this game. They only trail 59-51. In what was once a 20-point deficit between these two teams. So an interesting fourth quarter might be on the way here from Millett as the RedHawks close out the third 10-minute segment of this game with an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds, a 13-2 run in the last 3:27. Buffalo is a team scoreless, obviously, in the last 2 minutes and 13 seconds. So that brings us to the break between the third and fourth quarters. 59-51, the Buffalo lead. Miami is hot. Stay with us. An exciting fourth quarter on the way. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. And we're back on the floor after the timeout, 59-51. The Buffalo lead with a fourth quarter here getting underway. Patrick Etcheway here on Red Hawk Radio. Thank you so much for listening this afternoon. Buffalo controls the ball after the timeout and the quarter stoppage. As Deasia Fair topped the key with it, gave the pass right elbow to Cheyenne McEvans. Back over for Christie. Left-handed dribble with the free throw line, takes it back outside the arc, pass to the far side, Hannah Hall with it with both arms. 4 seconds to shoot, Hall the long shot three, missed too hard. Redhawks with the rebound under their own hoop. Scott over the line on the right wing, flings it over to the far side, Davidson left elbow, the shot missed, it comes out on a big rebound as it flew out the baseline. Coming in there was Walters, I think, as she was trying to get the rebound, flailed herself to the ground and went out off her. But Buffalo's going to get it back, they say, so it must have tipped off Miami after her attempt to grab it. Little stoppage here is at half court. Katie Davidson of Miami has to tie her shoe. So Buffalo will inbound and go over the timeline, middle of the floor here as it's Hannah Hall going to the far side for Buffalo. Holds it above her head, pass up top for Deasia Fair. Left-handed dribble to the near wing, outside the arc. Plays it middle, Hannah Hall, right edge of the paint, back to the middle, as coming through was a drive by McEvans. We get a whistle here for a foul on Miami. And they got Davidson for her third. So here's Cheyenne McEvans at the line for Buffalo. 76% free throw shooter on the year, makes the first one. And she is up to 4 points on the day, 2 for 6 from the field. Second one is short by McEvans. Offensive rebound though, Buffalo works it out top of the key. All pass to the far side. Deasia Fair holds it above her head. On the right-handed dribble across the arc, back up top for Fair. Left-handed dribble for her. As you can hear him counting down, 5 to shoot. Fair, middle of the floor, the shot missed as she was in the paint. It rattled around the hoop, and another offensive board for Buffalo, who gets the 20-second shot clock. So when Buffalo starts out working Miami, that's when you have problems in this game. Fair down the middle, through the paint, floats it off the glass, no good, but the foul comes through as Fair's shot. It was too far right. With 8:25 to go here in the fourth, a 9.60-51 Buffalo lead. And Fair is at the line for a couple of free throws. Miami's going to send Abby Hoff into the game. And coming out will be Kenzie Schmitz. So a couple dribbles, and the first free throw is good off the hands of Deasia Fair. Freshman, or sophomore rather, out of Rochester, New York, the MAC Player of the Week, like I mentioned earlier. 22nd in the nation, Fair is, and 22.6 points per game. Second free throw is missed, as Fair now with 19 points in this one. 8:13 to go in the fourth quarter, 61-51, 10-point Buffalo lead. Scott played to the paint, went over the hands there of McLaughlin. Here comes Buffalo back to the way, over the timeline. Hall went coast to coast on the left edge, feeds it to the far corner. Fair will hold on to it there for Buffalo with Davidson guarding her. They're dribbling here with the right arm. Will let this one go. Is coming through to grab it was Davidson, who turns it over. RedHawks will take it back over the timeline. Here's Scott, the left-handed dribble for the RedHawks. 7:38 to go in the fourth. We have 16 on the shot clock. Scott, right-handed dribble, fires it over. Far side, grabbed there by Davidson. Floats it off the left edge of the rim, no good. And Buffalo will grab this one back and fire it up ahead as Hannah Hall on it for the Bulls. Hall plays it forward, down the left edge of the paint. Came Christie, dishes it back. Three-pointer, McEvans missed that one short. And they're going to whistle here for a foul on the rebound. Chasing it was Hoff to the far corner of the Miami end of the floor. And I think we have a call on the RedHawks. And the referees, I think, Didn't know who was against, so now we get our call, and I think they have Hoff. Yep. So that's our second. And Miami's fourth here this half as Buffalo will inbound far side of the baseline. Coming through is Fair for the shot, missed that one. Right next to the hoop, and coming through with the foul was Abby Hoff. Actually, no, they got Walters on the foul, so Hoff was the one that was knocked down. I guess that was what the action was that was whistled. Walters was the one that body checked her to the floor. So Miami inbounds here with 7 minutes to go in the fourth, a 10-point Buffalo lead. Scott over the timeline, takes it to the left wing, the right-handed dribble. Peyton Scott pulls up right elbow. The shot went off the rim and then bounced over the backboard. So it goes out, and Buffalo here will have to corral and control as it is Hall. We'll take this one over the timeline for the Bulls. 6:43 to go in the fourth. 10-point Bulls lead. Fair, top of the key, fires it far side. Christie's three-pointer, too hard. Grabbed by Scott on the rebound. She was knocked to the floor by McEvans, and a foul comes on that. Seen a lot of hockey-style body checks in this game so far. And that was one there, so Buffalo will get their defense activated here as Miami inbounds. Over the line on the far side comes Peyton Scott after the inbound from McLaughlin. Scott, right-handed dribble down the lane and fires it up and in for two on the layup. And with 6:15 to go here in the fourth. Fair, the pass to the far side, grabbed by Hannah Hall. Has it in both arms with 6:06 to go in the fourth quarter. 61-53, Buffalo the lead. Fair to the near wing for Christie, holds on it with both arms, over to McEvans. Corralled here by Fair, left-handed dribble for Buffalo, takes it inside the arc, down the middle of the lane, the shot no good. It's corralled here by the RedHawks as McLaughlin fights for it under the hoop as there is a dog pile of players. They say it goes out of bounds, and Miami's going to get the ball, and the Buffalo bench disagrees with that call. It's about a 2-on-2 battle along the floor. It's like a football fumble style type of thing going on, and they say it went out of bounds off of Buffalo. It looked to me like McLaughlin knocked it out from up here, but referee standing right next to the play, so he has a pretty good idea. McLaughlin will inbound this one to Scott with 5:43 to go in the fourth. It is a 8-point, 61-53 Buffalo lead. Scott over the line on the left wing, carries it across the arc, pass to the left wing, three-pointer, wide open Hoff. It was an air ball right and out of bounds. So Hoff was set up perfectly there, but the shot missed everything. And Christie here for Buffalo will play this one forward as Hannah Hall got the inbound. She'll be the point guard to take it over the timeline for the Bulls. Pass to the far wing, Fair to the corner. Walters back up top. Hannah Hall with it, right wing, holds it above her head. Play to the free throw line down the right side, into the middle, and Walters wide open in front of the hoop will put that one in. Long pass ahead, RedHawks get it back. In the corner, Davidson, near wing of the offensive end, finds Fulton on the right wing, a little higher, but the play down low, back for Davidson, and a travel whistle against Fulton. Quick transition there by Miami after the Buffalo bucket. And the RedHawks just kind of flailing around their offensive zone there too quickly to gel together and make a good play. 4:50 to go in the fourth. It is a 10-point Buffalo lead at 63-53. Coming through is Fair, the near side and far side charge. Makes it in for two. So Peyton Scott the dribble over the timeline, left wing for Miami with her right hand. Top of the arc. Leads it to the near corner, grabbed there by Davidson. Baseline drive by Hoff to the far corner for Fulton. Now it's Scott. And we get a whistle here as Scott was knocked over, trying to feed it back to the far wing. So a foul coming on Buffalo for that. And they will bring, looks like Duckett back in the game, Miami will. And we'll get a timeout, I believe, by Buffalo with 4:18 to go here in the fourth. So it'll be immediate timeout as well. So as a 12-point, 65-53 Buffalo lead over Miami. 4:18 to go in the fourth. We're back in a moment. This is Miami basketball on Red Hawk Radio. .418 to go in the fourth after the timeout. A 65-53 Buffalo lead over Miami. In women's basketball action Saturday afternoon from Millett. Patrick Geshan with you here. Thanks for joining us. So could be a close ending to this one as Miami inbounds on the offensive end of the floor. Far side baseline. Quick play into Duckett after the inbound came from Hoff. She was stripped immediately. And down the left wing, Buffalo makes a layup by McEvans. 67-53. So on the far side for the RedHawks, coming in with Scott, playing to the far wing for Abby Hoff, given up by Davidson. It is a free throw line jumper that's good by Scott. She was wide open for Miami. 6-0 run for Buffalo, now a 6-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes. 3:40 to go in the fourth, a 67-55 Buffalo lead. Left-handed dribble by Fair, kicks it to the near wing, outside the arc, McEvans, play down low, and Walters wide open in front of the Miami hoop, able to fling it off the glass and in for two. 69-55 Buffalo. Payne Scott down the right edge, off the glass and in for two on the layup. She made a nice charge from the top of the key. Flo, another pass up ahead. Walters left wide open on the back end. Little breakaway as she got the feet of the paint and flung it off the glass and in for two. Timeout Miami with 3:07 to go in the fourth. A 71-57 Buffalo lead. As Miami will use the timeout here, Tiana Hendricks trying to calm down her players. After what has been kind of a crazy last few minutes in this game, Buffalo has really been the commander though in the offensive department. Miami's defense is broken down a few times today. And in these last few minutes as the RedHawks and been letting Buffalo get to those areas of high probability scoring. So with 3:07 to go here in the fourth, a 71-57 lead for the Bulls. So here's McLaughlin, the play up ahead for Scott after the Miami timeout. And Scott will take this one over the timeline left wing. Right-handed dribble for her. Gets to the top of the key, flings it over far side. Hoff dodges through the defender, play to the far corner. A three is good there by Davidson. Nothing but net. And Buffalo back to the win, an 11-point, 71-60 Bulls lead. To the corner for Fear. Play to the paint, off the glass and in for her after the baseline drive. Here comes Scott back the other way. Down the right edge, the play off the glass, no good. She's fouled. As the drive down the right wing for Scott, the shot attempt missing. So it will be her. Let's see, for Scott, it will be her 6th and 7th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And is picking up the foul for Buffalo, Aaliyah Gaba, her first personal. So Scott with 2:32 to go in the fourth, a 13-point Buffalo lead will make the first free throw. To make it a 12-point game. It's really been around a 10 to 12-point deficit all day long for Miami, trying to climb back against Buffalo, but time running out. Second free throw good by Scott. 2.5 to go here in the fourth. And an 11-point Bulls lead. Down the right edge comes Hall. Play to the far corner. Grabbed there by Deasia Fair. She'll take it up top. Right back to half court for the far side. 15 to shoot for Buffalo. Fair, right side play down to the paint for Gaba, and she traveled, kind of held onto the ball there and was tied up with a couple Miami players, but Gaba will travel. She'll come out of the game here for Buffalo. Jasmine Young is back in. And an 11-point Buffalo lead with 2:12 now left to go in the fourth. The RedHawks inbound it. They're over the timeline on the left wing. Is with it is Peyton Scott. Flings it down to the paint. McLaughlin, right-handed dribble, moving across her body to the right side of the post. Was unable to make that one as her shot went out of bounds, but a foul was whistled actually on the play. Did not see that. So it will be a Miami inbound here. Into the far corner, Scott with it. Back for Davidson, left side of the paint. McLaughlin flung it off the front of the rim, no good. Buffalo and Miami battles for it down low. Hoff grabbed it right at the baseline. I think it went out of bounds when she touched it. Although they say Buffalo, yep, so Hoff was the one that touched out of bounds, so Buffalo will get it back. As the referees talk briefly here, and we will get a Buffalo inbound. Full court press by Miami as Christie will fling this one in. Deasia Fair with it up the right side of the floor. As Hoff and Schmitz pressure her. And unable to get across the timeline was Fair. The ball was picked up by Buffalo's head coach Felicia Leggett-Jack, who has led her team to 3 NCAA appearances in the last 5 seasons. She got the ball and just smacked it on the floor. With 1:45 to go here in the fourth. So a foul is whistled there against Miami, it appears. And we have free throws coming up for Buffalo. Kenzie Schmitz got her third personal on the play as contact was made there. So the first free throw is good by Deasia Fair. She has 22 points on the day now. Right around her points per game average this year, 22.6, which is 22nd best in the nation out of all Division I women's basketball players. Fair makes the second to make it a 75-62 Buffalo lead. 1:38 to go here in the fourth. Scott, top of the key, the right-handed dribble here for Miami. The play down low, McLaughlin right side of the post. Her shot too hard off the glass. She was right there. The rebound picked up by Fair. Cuts through the middle, will take this one back to the far side with 22 seconds to go on the shot clock. And Fair will just hold it here for Buffalo. Fair, the spin around move around the arc to the far side. Top of the key with it is McEvans. Down to the elbow, gave it up near wing. Hannah Hall held it above her head for Buffalo. Flings it off the rim, no good. It's tipped around under the hoop by multiple players. Now they do a football fumble on the floor, right under the Miami basket, and whistles blow. And who has it? And the ball is going to go to Miami. RedHawks have the possession. They call the jump ball. So 56.9 seconds left here in the fourth. A 75-62 Buffalo lead. And over the middle of the floor coming for the RedHawks here is Peyton Scott. Scott top of the key for Hoff. Pass far side. Davidson three-pointer. Good. To make it a 10-point game with 42 seconds left. RedHawks are going to let Deasia Fair take this one with a pass to the near wing for McEvans. Now it's Hall, left wing three. That's short. RedHawks get the rebound as Schmitz plays it up ahead for Peyton Scott. Right-handed dribble over the timeline, middle of the floor. Plays it near wing for Hoff. The three-pointer missed. Tipped out of bounds. Nope, it stayed in. RedHawks with it here near half court now, and Peyton Scott was fouled trying to corral the ball, as that was tipped by a lot of hands in a few short seconds. Ball traveling around the Miami offensive end of the court. 22.1 seconds to go in the fourth. And a 75-65 Buffalo lead. Looks like free throws, I think, are coming here from Miami. That's the way the referees are positioned. So Peyton Scott will head to the free throw line for the RedHawks. She's 6 for 7 from the line tonight, as Jasmine Young, with the contact on that last play, picks up her second personal. And Scott's first free throw is good. 75-66, the Buffalo lead. As Scott has gone over to the sideline, I think she's bleeding. So the training will have to tape something on her left arm. Referee came up to her and said something, and then Scott had to go over to the bench and get her left elbow taped. So she'll shoot the second free throw here with 22.1 seconds left. The shot clock is off, and that will go in. So it's now an 8-point lead for Buffalo. It's 75-67. And Miami will make some substitutions here. McLaughlin will come out, so will Scott. Scott, 25 points on the day, 8 for 19 from the field, 7 for 8 free throws, 4 assists. All those categories lead Miami today. Bulls get it over the timeline, up by 8. Less than 20 seconds to go. In the paint, McEvans, jumper, too hard, gets her own rebound. RedHawks will not foul. Hall to the top of the key for Fair. Holds onto the ball for Buffalo down the middle. The play too hard off the paint. Here comes Esbrand. They crash to the floor, and the buzzer sounds to end this one. 75-67, Buffalo wins it over the Miami RedHawks, and the Bulls continue on with their 3-game winning streak. That's now 4 games. And they improved to 6-2 overall, now 3-0 in the MAC. Miami falls to 1-6 overall. Their losing streak will grow to 5 games, and they are 0 for 3 in MAC play. 0-3 in MAC play. To start the season off are the Miami RedHawks. So in their first game of 2020, Miami showed some promise, some good signs, but at the end of the day, it comes up short with a 75-67 loss to Buffalo. Miami player of the game, Peyton Scott, 25 points, 8 for 19 from the field, 7 for 8 free throws, 4 assists for number 24 in white. For Buffalo, their play of the game would be Deasia Fair, 23 points to lead the team. She was 9 for 20 from the field, 7 assists, 4 steals, 2 rebounds for Fair, who is the reigning MAC player of the week. So we thank you so much for joining us for this edition of Miami Women's Basketball here on Red Hawk Radio. As Miami will be back in action a few more times this week. It will be a game they'll play Ohio University on Wednesday at 5:30 here at Millett. That game will be right here on Red Hawk Radio, so hope you'll tune in for that one. That's our next sports broadcast here on Red Hawk Radio. Again, 5:30 on Wednesday, Miami will play Ohio in women's basketball, and then Saturday, the Red Hawks will hit the road for a 2 o'clock start in Akron against the Zips again next Saturday. So Miami, with 4 of their next 5, will be here at Millett. Again, they'll play Ohio Wednesday at 5:30, right here on Red Hawk Radio inside Millett Hall. For Buffalo, their next game Wednesday at Eastern Michigan, a 7 p.m. start from Ypsilanti for them. So again, your final score today, 75-67. The Buffalo Bulls are winners over the Miami RedHawks. Patrick Geshan saying so long, good afternoon. Thank you so much for listening here from Millett Hall to this presentation of Miami women's basketball on Red Hawk Radio. Have a great afternoon.